Yes, guys, ask others to join the meeting, please. Yes, very good afternoon. Okay, that's fine. Shall we need to start the session, guys, because a lot more things that we need to discuss. And yes, definitely, guys, that is going to help out whenever we are coming across the confusion. Okay, shall we begin? Everybody, please. The participants are quite less, so that's why I'm a bit worried actually. Okay, so guys, I hope you all are doing the steps what I'm going to explain over here, and whatever the issue, for example, the license issue, I hope everybody is having license as of now, because until and unless, guys, you are using this hands-on, you are not taking hands-on, you won't be that much comfortable with this such type of software tools. And just try to understand. Previously, one of the participant have raised the issues regarding cadence. Definitely, guys, as far as the micromin developer and distributor concern all over the world, only my company, Analogic Private Limited Pune, is the worldwide single distributor of this software tool. And whenever people are asking, sir, what is the difference between cadence, mentor graphics, then Tanner is there. Nagpur University, they are using this Tanner. But guys, uh, every software is having its own importance. So basically, we are dealing in terms of academics as well as research, and we are having the proof of that in terms of number of papers, number of publications, national, then IEEE transactions, pingers. So all reputed options that I'm having, definitely will share with you. Okay, so that's fine. I hope you are comfortable with, as of now, with the software tool, and you are trying at least to get it done by your own. Now, guys, we will move towards the next section. Actually, the structures are going to be implemented by using different software tool. So this is what I'm going to explain as of now within this session. And guys, here, as far as the practical concern, 4 or 5 minutes maximum, I'm going to deal for the NAND-NOR implementation, designing of universal gates. Okay, because a new aspects, guys, NAND-NOR designing is very simple. But the thing is that whenever I'm going to use the feature, one of the feature of this software tool, so usage of that feature, using of that feature, that is quite important one. And the feature of the software tool is nothing but the number of fingers. Okay, we'll tell you, we'll explain you on the same one. Before that one, are you with me, everybody? Please, shall we start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, thing is that, guys, first of all, we'll conclude whatever we left during the structures. Okay, earlier structures. So what you need to do? Okay, we'll do one thing. Design 4 variable logic using DSCH. Okay. And file, MSK file. Guys, have a look over here. Some sort of variations that you need to play with your design. Okay, which is very important. Understanding such type of EDA tools. Okay, let's have a look. How can we do that? What it is he is asking me, that is again a recall one where we left before lunch session. He is asking me to design a 4 variable combinational logic. I hope everybody, yes, being faculties, they are comfortable with this combinational logic. So what it is asking me to design a 4 variable combinational logic using DSCH software tool. Okay, and whatever the schematic you have generated, that should be converted into his MSK file. Now, guys, thing is that you need to come across the file extension. So there are many extensions that you, as of now, you come across. .msk, that is a mask file. It is for the core layout designing. So whatever you are designing in a microWIN, the extension automatically will took as a .msk. Then next one will be a .sch. .sch stands for a schematic file. .schematic, that automatically it is taking. Then, guys, we just now came across .v file. Okay, V stands for Verilog. After that one, you'll come across .sym, .cif, okay, and .cir. Okay, till this we are coming across. Till this point we discuss, we understand. After this one, next example practical will be come across with this one. Okay, so don't bother about this as of now. Just try to concentrate on these 3 file structures. Is it fine? Okay. Now, guys, how can we do that? How can we design the 4 variable combinational logic? It is for you only. Any logic aspects can be implemented. Are you getting my point? Any logic aspects can be implemented. What it indicates? 4 variable. 4 variable means what, guys? It means that I need to design one block. This is just for the sake of practice again, how to convert that into it MSK, which is very important, one of the feature. And if you forget one step, whole structure will be vanished. It doesn't stand any value. So what it indicates that we need a 4 input. Likewise, okay, sometimes the specification the designer always gives that ABCD should be my input, Y should be my output, or any stuff that is all called as the specifications the designer will give. Likewise, A, B, C, D will be my input in this case, and Y should be my output. Okay, and guys, here any logic that, depending on you guys, any logic, is you can do. Any logic you can implement. What according to you guys? Guys, it's a request to you all, because please try to do that. Try to do the conversion, okay? So that 1 or 2 times it will be quite lengthy, but next time definitely will be quite comfortable. So how can we do that one, guys? The people may say that, sir, can we design mocks? Anybody, any idea can be implemented. Rather than that, guys, what I feel, do it like this, just for the sake of conversion. That's why make one and 2 input and again 2 input and make it like that. Okay, and yeah, it's just a 4 variable combinational logic, na guys. So that can be done in any aspects, and attach it like this. Label it properly, because in conversions we are not that much comfortable understanding the labeling. So that's why label it properly. A, B, C, D, and Y should be my output. Now what you need to do, try to make it, guys, certain on paper switchings, like 0 0 0 0, the output should be 0. Okay, practically that you can find it out na, by using simulation. Make any step 0 0 1 1. Likewise, try to make it on paper. Try to compare that one by using DSCH. Can you do that? What I'm trying to tell, guys, I hope you all are with me and you are supporting me like this. 4 variable combinational logic. 1, 2. What I need 4 inputs. Is it fine? It's a simplest ever 4 variable combinational logic that you can be implemented. It can be implemented. And guys, likewise, this, attach a button, double click on that, make it as A. Attach a button, double click on that, make it as B. Am I right, everybody? Are you with me? Make it as C. Double click and make it as D. Is it fine? So whatever the output I'm having, try to connect it like this. Okay, and the output of last should be a Y. Double click on that, make it as Y. I hope you all are doing the same one. Yes. Now what I'm trying to say, if all my input are 1 1 1 1, then what will be my output? Try to predict by your own. Same is the any combination, you can take 2 or 3 combination, try to predict that one, and according to that, if I'm going to simulate this one, guys, so you can modify input variations according to whatever the sequence that you have wrote down on your paper. Okay, and according to you will get the output variations. Where we can find out, first of all, we need to stop the simulation and then click on the timing waveform. So these are what the timing waveforms, easily you can understand. Getting this one, everybody, please. Okay, now what what it is telling, that whatever the conversion you are having, okay, whatever the conversion you are having, whatever the design you did in DSCH, convert it into its MSK file. How can we convert it into MSK file, guys? Please, can you suggest? Can you help me here? First of all, what I need to do? I need to
save as.
Save it as. Very good. So
Save
I'm
as.
just
File,
yes,
go
save.
to save as.
Yes, that's great. That is what the combi that I am labeling it as .sch automatically will become. Yes, after that one, in file, make Verilog file option is there. Look at that, Verilog code, switch level Verilog code will be open over here. Say okay to this one.
Okay.
Yes, so
Yes.
work is over. So now go to your micro:wind, go for the new design and compile Verilog file and
Compile.
in one, yes, compile and back to editor. So look at that. This is what the conversion of your schematic into its MSK file. And just try to understand the complexity, guys. Try to understand the complexity. So definitely we are taking the help of software. So that's why the conversion, look at that. Guys, is it visible? If I'm taking a 3D view, all options are associated with us. Are you getting my point? This is what a metal 1. This is arrangement for metal 1 and this is what a metal 2. So look at that. Automatically software is capable enough. It is generating a number of metal layers according to the according to the design need. Are you getting this one? And one more thing is that here itself, they are having process steps in 3D. Next to 2D, two-dimensional view, process steps. And guys, these are the steps which actually perform in terms of your, yes, these are the process steps on the right hand side. You can move it like this. And these are what the implementation likewise. These are the steps, guys. You can find out, you can cross, you can easily understand, zoom in, zoom out, all the options you need to use. Being a software or being a designer, all options can be used by your own. And because of this simplicity, that software is very renowned and useful by almost all the institutes as far as Maharashtra concerned. All over India I am talking about. Is it fine? So this is what one conversion that you need to do by your own, and these 3 extensions that you need to recall at the time of designing. Is it fine? Okay, shall we move further? Okay, so guys, let's have a look over here. Maximum 5 minutes I'm giving to this one. Max to max 5 minutes, so that you need to submit NAND I'm going to design, nor you need to tell me, nor get using the same foundry as of now. We'll keep forward. Foundry changing in the foundry, that is totally up to you guys. You can select any foundry over there and you can work on the structures. Okay, 120 nanometer technology, and compare which going to prefer for, guys, listen. NAND you need to design, nor you need to design. Okay, and once the design is ready, you need to suggest which out of these 2 universal gate, which gate you are going to prefer for the higher end design and why. These are certain theoretical approaches that we need to come across and that we need to find out. And guys, here one important thing come across, that is called as worst case delays. Guys, this is quite, I hope you might have come across with this terminology, WCD, or it is called as worst case delays. Okay, and the worst case delays you need to find out for this NAND, we need to find out for the NOR, and depending on the result, you need to confirm which we are going to prefer for the higher end design. Ready with this? Shall we start, guys? Shall we begin? Okay, now guys, NAND gate. If I'm talking about a NAND gate, CMOS base, MOS transistors, NAND gate. How can we design that? We need 2 PMOS transistor, 2 NMOS transistor, as we are working on 2 input NAND gate. Is it? Guys, is there any idea how to design the NAND gate?
No.
Yes, so 2 PMOS transistors are connected in parallel combination and 2 NMOS transistors are always connected in series combination. Are you getting my point? It means that NAND gate, how can we design? We need 4 transistors. Guys, आप मुझे बताना चाहिए 2 PMOS, it should be in parallel combination, and 2 NMOS, it should be in series combination. Now, how to make PMOS in parallel and how to make NMOS? This is what NMOS, guys. How to make NMOS in series, that I need to explain and you need to concentrate. Likewise, guys, let's have. Sorry. Let's have a look. I'm having these 2 resistors. Okay, and they are connected with certain voltage source over here. Now these two resistors are in series combination or parallel.
Series.
Yes,
Series.
and if I'm taking a node or voltage divider over here, now it comes in a parallel combination. Am I right, everybody?
Parallel.
Yes. Now replace these two resistors with the help of MOS transistor. Likewise, this two PMOS transistors. So let's have a look, close look, guys. Nothing is rocket over here. Let's have a look. It's very simple one. Okay. So these are two PMOS transistors. Likewise, the structure what we are having in terms of resistor. Okay. Forget about this. Forget about gate terminal. Okay. Now, guys, it should be in a parallel combination. Am I right? So shall I connect these two together with each other? And shall I connect VDD to this one? And the remaining terminal I will take from this end. Okay, one more thing. In case of MOS generator, okay, in case of MOS generator, let's have a look. I need to tell you one more thing. Guys, here till this point, we have observed this width and length. Am I right? We have modified the width and length for one design. And here the number of finger was 1 till this point. So I'm generating a PMOS transistor with this width and length, number of finger as 1. If I'm generating, so look at that. This is what a single PMOS transistor comes in a picture. Already we observed that one. Is it fine? A single transistor having one gate, one drain and source combination. Is it fine? Another MOS generator, and here I am putting down a number of fingers as 2. Let's have a look. Previously that was 1. Now I'm is as 2 PMOS transistor generator device. So look at that structure comes in a picture. Have you noticed the difference between number of finger as 1 and number of finger as 2? So guys, if I'm covering this part, so this is what a combination of 2 PMOS transistor. Look at that, 2 polysilicon. If I'm treating this one as a source, the combination of these two will be a drain plus drain, and that will be a source. Are you getting my point? This is what a source, it is drain plus drain, and that will be a source terminal, and these are 2 gates associated with this. I hope everybody is concentrating and they are getting what I'm trying to deliver. Latecomers who join that one,
Okay,
we are going to design a NAND and NOR gate, and we are going to make the comparative analysis within next 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. NAND I'm going to design over here. NOR you need to so that will be better to understand. Got it, everybody? So what I'm doing previously, one more time that I'm replacing this one. I'm going for this MOS generator. Previously, if I'm generating it as number of finger 1, irrespective of width and length, I have not changed any width and length. PMOS generator, if I'm generating it, so this is what a PMOS with number of finger 1. Again, I'm going for this, and if I'm making it as the 2, number of finger as 2, generating the same one. So look at that. This is a PMOS with number of finger 1, PMOS with number of fingers 2. Is it? So this means that it is a combination of 2 PMOS transistor. If I'm treating this one as a source, so that will be a drain plus drain, and that will be a source, remaining source. And these two are the gates for 2 separate transistors. Are you getting this? So what I'm trying to implement, rather than going for this, I will go with a number of finger concept. Am I right, everybody? Please, are you comfortable with this? Now what we need 2 NMOS transistor. Click on that, number of fingers should be 2, generate a device and just keep it below. Guys, make certain space between these two, okay? Separation distance, make it a little bit more within these two. Are you getting this one? Number of finger as 2, PMOS implementation, number of finger as 2, and MOS implementation. Now, how to make the connections? That is the issue. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, guys, I'm simply designing this one. Surface is not working proper. This is what a PMOS transistor. Okay. And how to make the connections, that let's have a close look, because guys, you need to do by your own. So what I'm trying to do, I'm just connecting these two together end to end. That is what the source and drain combination I'm taking down from this end. So I am applying a VDD node to this one because it should be in a parallel combination. And we know that in parallel combination, we always use this terminal. Am I right, everybody? So it comes in a parallel combination. Now, how that NMOS comes in a series combination? Guys, please, I need your help. I hope everybody is getting that one. If you are having any problem, you can ask me, please. So guys, A should be connected to A. If I'm treating this A should be connected to A. If I'm treating this one as a B, so gates are quite easiest way to design. B should be connected to B. Is it fine, everybody, please? And whatever the in series combination, guys, we never use this middle terminal. Already we observed that one in terms of register, guys. If these are two registers, if they are connected with each other, now they are connected in series. And if I'm taking the node from this end, voltage divider from this end, so it comes in a parallel combination. Okay. So what can I do? This terminal can be connected to this one. That will be my output. Okay. And the remaining of your NMOS should be grounded. I hope you are getting this one. It should be in series. It should be in parallel. Okay. Everybody, please, in terms of yes or no, guys. Yes, Subhangi ma'am, thank you. Anybody from the class, is there any issue? Runalil ma'am is saying yes. Mita ma'am saying yes, thank you. Anybody, guys, please, if you understand this one, then I can go move forward. Meenakshi Patil ma'am, are you there? Nasiruddin sir. Joshi sir, I have sent you the license. Have you got it? Shrikant sir, just try to follow this one. I will take that AnyDesk access and we'll do it at the end of the session. Don't worry. Sumitra ma'am, Swapnil Badar sir, are you there? Please, guys, if you are replying, so definitely, guys, that is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep, very good. Okay, so that combination is done. Chalo, let's go. Let's finish this one first. Now make the connections. How can we make the connections? First of all, top to bottom approach that we need to do. First of all, we will finish it for the PMOS. Then we will go for the NMOS transistor. What it indicates? End-to-end terminals that I'm going to connect. Okay, I'm going to connect a VDD to this end. One more VDD for your polarization. Is it fine? And guys, if certain alignment issue is there, for example, if certain happens, if certain happens in your design that I need to connect that gate with each other, okay, but that gate is shifted towards left. So don't worry, click on stretch and move option, click on this option and select a complete area which you want to move. Have you got it, guys? Stretch it like this. Okay, you can move whole design anywhere, but thing is that you need to click on stretch and move, and then you need to move the structures like this. It is not. I hope you are getting this one. Again, B should be connected to B. That is what done, guys, on the topmost side. This is all portion, that connection only remaining. This all portion is done. Now, PMOS in parallel. NMOS should be in series combination. So in series, we never use the middle terminal. That is what the combination of DD or SS. Where should I connect this one? We always use the middle terminal from PMOS transistor. Where should I connect this? Shall I connect to this end? Likewise, this, guys, look at that. I'm simply taking it from this end and connecting it to the any one terminal. If you connect
Yes,
to
sir,
this
either
end,
of the
so
two.
this should be counted. Yes, either of the two. Thank you so much. Let's finish this one as early as you can, guys, so that the practice again, that is very important. I'm taking the output node ground to terminal to this one. Isn't it? That's done. Okay. Now thing is that A should be connected to this combination. So label it properly. It should be a clock. Assign this. Again, B should be connected to, guys, listen, if I'm assigning over here, there is one suggestion to you all. I'm assigning B to the overlapping of your output node and this input, okay, polysilicon. And again, if I'm assigning this S1 as out of your NAND gate to this, the same overlapping region, Let's have a look. So it will act, it will show only A and B, not your output node. So that's why guys, it's a suggestion to you all, try to attach, try to assign this type of input on the clear region, not on the overlapping region. It's a request to you all. Is it fine? Now you can simulate, guys. Is it working as a NAND gate? Only for 1 1, only for 1 1 output is 0. For rest all the condition, the output is 1. So it's a property of your NAND gate. Only for 1 1 output is 0. Am I right, everybody? Please. What you need to do, you need to note down this TF is 3.9 and TR is 2.4. So this is what the first value difference between TR and TF, that is called as normal TR and TF. We called it as. Is it fine? Now, guys, these are the parameters that you are assigning with. What is the TR and TF and all that stuff that you can note it down. And guys, now we'll come across the WCD, worst case delay. What is that worst case delay? If any one of your input, guys, if any one of your input is connected to DC supply, that is what throughout that will be a logic 1. Are you getting this one? What I did, I open this A, I'm applying as a DC supply, okay, making it as 1.2 as a VDD continuous assign, okay. If I did it for is behaving as an inverter, is it logical? If I'm simulating it like this, look at that. My A is continuous 1, logic 1. And for B, guys, look at that. The structure is acting as an inverter, and whatever the timings, whatever the delays we are coming across, that delays are called as WCD, that is worst case delays. Are you getting this one? It is called as the worst case delay. And again, you can note down this worst case delay in terms of your NAND gate. Try to find out the same in case of your NOR gate. Try to make the comparison. Here, guys, the values associated with the NAND gate are very less as compared to your NOR. And because of that, you always people NAND gate in terms of higher end designs. Are you getting this one? Design is not an issue. Everybody can design that one very simply. Thing is that how to find out WCD? Just double A, DC supply, assign, okay, simulate that one. So A will be continuous logic 1, that is 1.2 VDD, and for B, guys, it is acting as a NAND gate. That is what a digital aspects, okay. Just try to make it as 1 0. Output should be, sorry, not that first cycle. I'm talking about 1 1 0, 1 0, output 1. Okay, so that is what the digital logic comes in a picture, and because of that, it is acting as a inverter. And whatever the values we are coming across in terms of inverter, in terms of TR and TF, it is called as the WCD, worst case delay. I hope everybody is getting that one. Please, sir, guys. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, why it is called worst case delay? Is that ki maximum transitions are possible in this case only?
Yes, yes, yes. That is only the issue, ma'am.
Okay,
maximum, sir. It is following the current, it's transmitted from this end to that end. Worst case delay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And why it is coming? It is just a simple digital logic, nothing more than that. If I'm having A, B, and Y, likewise this, okay. So likewise the combination, what we can find out, 0 0 1 1. So that combination. So out of that, I'm adding A dash over here. Okay, that I am discarding. I'm simply making it as 1 1 1 1. And if you are having a combination like this, 1 1 के लिए आपके पास you will come across 0. For rest of the condition will come across. Sorry, something goes wrong. 1 0 1 0. Is it fine? That will be a 0. So that is what the case in case of your NAND gate. Now you need to design a NOR one, guys. That is what I have done. You need to design this NOR. How can you do that? In case of NOR, guys, exactly the reverse combination you need to do. What are those? Please, guys, do it faster. You can finish it fast. In case of NOR one, okay, the conditions are reverse. Only 4 transistors, 2 PMOS should be in series and 2 NMOS should be in parallel combination. Can you do that? I'm not doing it. you need to solve that one and you need to share that one with me, please. I'm just simply drawing these structures over here. What it indicates, 2 PMOS, okay, and out of and 2 NMOS I need. Don't go with the design, okay. These are 2 that I'm having. A should be connected to A, B should be connected to B. Nothing to worry. And guys, PMOS should be in series and NMOS should be in parallel. So can I do it like this? End-to-end terminal grounded. I will attach a VDD to this end, and whatever the remaining terminal I'm taking from this end, that should be connected as out. Guys, what do you think? Am I right or wrong? It should be in series combination. Isn't it series combination? We are not going to use the middle terminal, combination of DD or SS. Directly we are assigning VDD to any one of your terminal, either source or combination. And in case of NMOS, the combination of these two I have to done. I have to connect it with each other. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
No, sir.
What happened, ma'am? Okay, okay. At least you can talk. What are the issues associated? Until and unless you are not going to make certain aspects, not going to discuss the aspects, I can go further. What are the issues that I need to discuss? Every step, look at that. 2 PMOS that you need to implement, 2 NMOS that you need to implement. Look at that. What I am doing. 2 PMOS with number of fingers 2. PMOS, click on that, keep it here. Is it what we need? To NMOS, click on generator device and keep it here. You can do this one easily. Now what we need to do, A should be connected to A, B should be connected to B. Look at that. Simply, either by taking MOS gate, you can connect it like this, or simply you can click on this stretch and move and you can connect it like this. Am I right, everybody? Now what we need to do, I need to connect VDD to this end, one more VDD to your anvil. And in case of series combination, guys, we never use the middle terminal. We always use the last one. Just now we did it like this. Look at that. We never use the middle one. We are using either or, this one or that one. Okay. And in parallel, guys, what we used to do, we used to connect 2 distinct ends with each other. Okay. Either VDD or VSS, both are the potential differences, because of both it can becomes in a series or parallel combination. Just make the connection like this. That will be my output node. Guys, is there any issue? It should be in a series. It should be in a parallel. I hope you are getting this one, the NOR structure. Everybody, in terms of yes or no, guys, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, try to design it on the same substrate. Try to design on the same substrate. And one more thing, guys, let me finish this one. I'm making it as C, and that will be a D. Just for the sake of, on the same simulator, guys, I'm going to simulate this NAND and NOR. So that's why I'm modifying this one. And this is what that is called it as NOR output. Okay, and this is, we call it as, rather than out, I will make it as NAND. Got it, everybody, please? And try to simulate this one. So that complexity, we are moving towards the complexity as of now, okay, which is very important, guys, which is really very important. A and B are the input for NAND, and C and D are the input of NOR gate. Okay, now try to concentrate on the NOR one. Okay, so as we know that when both the input are at the 0, at that state only we will get logic 1 as output in case of your NOR gate. And this is what the truth table of your NOR one. Is it fine? And how to find out WCD, guys? How can we find out WCD over here? Out of these 2 inputs, any one input should be grounded. Here itself, guys, A, B, C, D, that should be grounded. Okay, simulate that one. I was talking about this output, D and NOR. So look at that. When D is 1, out is 0. And you can take the difference between these two. Look at that, 4.2 and 7.5. So it's a very huge difference as compared to your NAND gate. Or you can do it like this. You can save it first, save it as, then go for this NOR and then again save it as, so that the comparative analysis will be quite easy for you as far as the structure is concerned. Are you ready to do that? Yes, Meenakshi, thank you. Yes, ground C, that's fine. So guys, these are what the aspects that easily you can be implemented whenever I'm coming across the designing perspective. Is it fine? So do you want to design this one or shall we move further? Need 1 or 2 minutes? Anyone structure, guys? Anyone from the class? He or she can. Yes, not get, sir. Just send me. Thank you, Swapnil, sir. We'll check it out. So guys, that will definitely increase or boost your, I'm also saving the same one so that at the end of the design, you will have certain aspects, ready-made designs with you. What was that? NOR gate? Yes, that's superb, superb. Okay, so you assign sequence again. Okay, that's great, that's great. Okay, that's fine, guys. So guys, this is what the logic implementation as per as. Let me close this one so that I will go for the another. These are all the machine IDs that you sent. Anybody remaining for the licensing? I hope everybody is having license with them and they are using this software tool. Just give me a second. So that's fine, guys. Till this point, everybody is familiar with this software tool and they are going to use this software tool by their own, which is a good sign actually. Anyone from the class want to share a certain view over here? I hope everybody is getting that one. Anybody is lagging? Guys, in terms of yes or no, please.
No problem, sir.
Yep, that's great. Okay, now guys, let's have a look. Important thing is that guys, let's have a look. Design oscillator for Wi-Fi and ISM bands of applications. If someone asks you a random statement like this, so what can you do? A little bit, not actually the complicated one, but quite interesting. You can put down your papers, you can make it as a concept as for your papers again. Okay, so how can we do that? So it's a simple one, guys. Design the oscillator for Wi-Fi and ISM band of application. So first of all, we need to understand this one. You all are familiar with the working of that one, how the frequency comes, all that stuff. What I feel, that oscillator. Okay, it's a frequency generator circuitry in a simple word. Now they have added Wi-Fi and ISM bands of applications. So the second thing while working on such type of problem statement is that what is a frequency range for Wi-Fi and what is a frequency range for ISM band. Okay, so once you are comfortable with this guy, then we'll go with understanding the problem statement actually. Okay, now guys, if I'm coming across the types of oscillator, so as far as your syllabus concerned, we are having very important oscillator type, that is nothing but a ring oscillator, or in a simple word we call it as RO. It is very simplest ever MOS transistorized structure based oscillator, that is called as the RO, ring oscillator. Then Next one will be a LC oscillator, and next one will be a VCO oscillator, voltage control oscillator we can call it as. Next one will be a VCO, which is having wide applications wherever it will be a PLL designing or wherever it will be NCO like structures designing. It is having wide applications as far as syllabus concerned. Okay. Now, whenever I'm talking about oscillator, so these are the three types of oscillators coming across, and now we'll come across the band of frequency. The first thing is we'll go with this ring oscillator, try to implement that ring oscillator in a very simple manner, try to find out the theory behind that one within 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll go for the LC and VCO later on. Okay, and we are doing it only by using your core layout designing. Okay, we'll go later on with this. Now, Wi-Fi, why these two bands of frequency, guys? Guys, I hope everybody is with me and they are understanding what I'm trying to explore over here. Please, it's a request to you all. Why those two bands of frequency, guys? Because these two bands of frequency are freely available. Wi-Fi, you all are familiar with that one. Just by putting down security code, security key, you can use any frequency, Wi-Fi frequency of surrounding. Okay, and ISM is nothing but the intermediate science and medical band, which is also free of cost available. So that's how I have added only these two bands over here. Okay, now Wi-Fi bands, what is the frequency range? Anybody? That is, I guess, 5.48 gigahertz.
2.4 to 5 gigahertz.
Yeah, ma'am, that is for the ISM, 2.24 to 2.48. Yeah, need to confirm. Okay, ma'am, need to confirm. Not an issue with that. That might be values. Range is wider one depending on the apertures and all that stuff. So as far as my understanding concerned, that is 5.48 to 5.84 gigahertz, somewhat like is the value. That might be somewhat variable. Okay, not an issue with that. And ISM, what I feel, that is 2.24 gigahertz to 2.48 gigahertz. Okay, we can solve it later on. Values, forget about the values. Okay, just try to make certain concentrations over here. So these are what the values. So whatever I'm going to design this one, it should provide me the frequency in the range of this or in the range of this. Or again, the wider one, 2.24 to 5.48, that wider range again can be acceptable. Is it fine? Everybody, please. Now, thing is that how can we design this guy? How that RO can be designed? How that ring oscillator can be designed? So before that one, guys, you should know a bit theory. I'm not going in a detail. What is the ring oscillator, guys? It is nothing but the odd number of inverter stages. Agree with this? Every syllabus they are having with them, they are nothing but the odd number of inverter stages connected in such a form that the output of first should be connected to the input of first, and guys, the output of last should be connected to the input of first one. Are you getting my point? So depending on this type of structure, output of first to second, likewise, it is acting as a ring. It is called as a ring oscillator. Is it fine? Okay. Now, one more thing. It is a free oscillating body. Guys, think. Why a ring? That's fine. It is free oscillating body. What it indicates? It is free oscillating means, guys, we don't have any input. We don't have any input to this one. Only one visible node. Only one output will be in a picture. I hope you are getting that one. It is not having any input over here. Any input. We don't have any input. Only the output is in a picture. It means that it is a free oscillating board. And important question: F is dependent on what? That is very important. So whatever the frequency we are coming across, it is dependent on what? And if we reduce the frequency, what we need to do? So these are the questionnaires associated with this RO, ring oscillator, which is quite interesting, guys, to design. And you can design it by your own. I already told you this one. How the structure can be implemented. How the structure can be implemented, guys? Simple. What we need 5. Minimum number is 3, or we can start implementing from the 5. Okay, not an issue with that. Start implementing from the 5. Which portion that you are going to use, which design structure that you are going to use, semi-custom, full custom, or standard cell? What do you think, guys? Come on, try to reply. You need to design by your own. I'm acting
Standard
as a
cell design.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Smita ma'am, we'll go with the standard cell design. Okay, let's have a look.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, first of all, you need to select the foundry while opening this one. Yes, go to compile one logic gate. Look at this. Inverter, yes, simply you can put down the expression, Boolean expression over there, compile. This is what the first one, okay? In the same design, guys, let's have a look. In the same design, if I'm clicking on compile one logic gate and compiling, so look at that. Software is very smart. What it is doing, it is simply connecting all VDD node with each other. Look at that. Have you noticed this one? It is connecting all VSS node with each other. Getting this one? Again, third one. Then the fourth one. And as far as this simple structure concerned, we have implemented 5 different inverters, standard cell, inverter design on the same substrate. I hope everybody got this and they are implementing on their machine. Now, is there any confusion? Look at that. A is the input of first inverter, and this is what the Y as an output of first inverter. Likewise, input of second, output of second, input of third. Likewise, that strain is going on. Are you getting this one? Everybody, please. Okay. So how to make the connection? Input of first, output of first. What I need to do? I need to connect the output of first to the input of second. Everybody, please. Then again, I need to connect the output of second to the input of third. And guys, it's a request. Don't try to make a connection like this. They are connected, but in terms of real world, they won't be that much feasible. Okay. So that's why try to wrap a complete contact, end-to-end contact, we can call it as. Try to wrap from end-to-end aspects. The third to fourth, fourth to fifth, and the last one, the output of fifth. Guys, that should be connected as an input of first. Is it okay, everybody, please? Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to deliver? The output of first, look at that, by double clicking, simply by double clicking, you can check the connection, whether these are connected or not. Is there any issue, please? Hello?
Done, sir.
Yes, is there any issue, guys? Please tell me over here. Simplest ever structure. Output of first to second and last to first one. Is it fine? Now what it indicates? It is oscillating. It means that without any input to this node, we don't have to make any input, make it visible in simulation. Only one output. Look at that. Any one output. Only one output. Can you mute down, please? Okay, leave that one. Sir, please mute down the
माझ्यासाठी कमी तिखट आणि याच्या बापाला तसंच पाहिजे.
Okay, guys, have you done this one, everybody? And only make any one output visible in simulation. So I'm opening this last one and make it visible in simulation. Okay, I didn't apply any input node to this one. Only the last output I have make it is invisible in simulation. And guys, what is the basic requirement for oscillation? I'm not asking about the Bar-Khusyn criteria and all the stuff. Okay, if I'm talking about the pendulum, what are the two different states? And one more question: why odd number of inverter stages, guys? Why not even? Because guys, if I'm applying 0 over here, okay, if it is odd, I will get 1 on the output side, and again 1 is feeding it back as a 0 over there. Is it fine? So for 0, 1, we need, just like pendulum, guys, if I'm talking about this one, we need two distinct ends, and within these two distinct ends, that is going to oscillate, that is going to toggle. So that's why, guys, odd number, because if I'm applying 0, so I will get 1 on the output side. So that is the basic need of oscillator if I'm talking about in terms of logic levels. Okay, that's fine. Shall I simulate this one? Yes. Is it oscillating? Everybody, is it oscillating? Yes, we are having this 0 level. We are having this 1. Okay, and the output is toggling between these two values, this 0 and 1. Is it fine? This is what toggling between zeros and 1, and we are quite bothered about the frequency versus time curve. You can reset it from the 0th value. Look at that. 8.03 gigahertz is the frequency of oscillation for this 5 stages ring oscillator. This is for this 5-stage ring oscillator. Are you getting this one? Everybody, please. Now, thing is that whatever the frequency I'm coming across, whether it is applicable to this end, it is not in that range, and it is also not in that range. Okay. My question is, have you applied any input? No, we didn't apply any input. Only we are making one output over there, visible output over there. So why we are getting this frequency? And if I need to manipulate the frequency with this range, for this range, what can I do? What can I do, guys? Okay, first thing is that why we are getting this frequency, guys? Is there any idea why we are getting this frequency? And one more thing, please have a look over here. If I am going to design, guys, please, I will show you the magic. I hope everybody is familiar with this concept, okay, in terms of digital simulator. The same concept, what I have added, I have designed LO dot should be connected with LO, okay. I have done it like this. Simply, guys, whatever we design in microwind just now, same stuff I'm going to do. Okay, and if I'm going to simulate this structure, let's have a look. And if I'm asking it for the pin state, guys, in simulation control, we can ask it for the wire state and pin state. Okay, so if I'm asking it for pin state, so it is saying don't care. That is what? Not either 0, not 1. It is toggling somewhere. Or in terms of timing waveform, guys, look at that. It is not 0 or 1. Already we observed that one. Red is 1 and the blackish line was the 0. Earlier one, what we observed. But here, guys, it is just saying don't care. So there is a huge difference. Whatever we are talking, whatever we are designing in layout, whatever we are designing in a schematic, there is a huge difference. So how can we overcome that one? First of all, let me finish this one, then we'll go for the digital aspects, how the digital aspects changes while design by design. Okay, the first thing is that if I'm going to simulate this one, look at that, I'm having this again schematic in this newer version, guys. I'm having this schematic layout to schematic conversion. Look at that. If I click on that, so these are 5 inverter stages connected with each other. Okay, likewise the structure it is saying the combination of inverters over here. If I'm simulating this, so frequency of oscillation is 8.03 gigahertz, which is of no use as of now, because we have to design it for this Wi-Fi and ISM band of application. Now, how the frequency can be reduced and on which factor this frequency is dependent? Have you applied any input? Have you applied any input? No,
No,
we didn't
no.
apply any input. Yes. What we did, only one output, we make it visible in simulation. Only one output that we fix on the output side. Is it fine? Now, guys, we are getting frequency. It is in the range of 8 gigahertz. It's very huge as far as my knowledge concerned. Okay. So why we are getting that frequency? That is what the first question that we need to resolve. Guys, listen. Every
Clock
state,
frequency.
ma'am, we didn't apply any clock. Have you
A
applied any
is a
clock?
variable.
Ma'am,
A is
look at
variable.
that. If I'm deleting that one, look at that. It doesn't stand any value as of now because it is not visible in simulation. It doesn't stand any value.
Clock should not. Yes, clock should
Yes,
not be there. It's
we
a
didn't
generated
apply, ma'am, any clock over here. Even in case, ma'am, only one Y is that we need. Rest Y are also illogical as of now.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, so it means that we didn't apply it. And look at this. Here again, we didn't apply any clock. This is what I have
Internal
implemented.
capacitance. Internal capacitance.
Yes, now we are
It is
coming.
propagation delay.
Yes, now we are coming towards the answer of that. Guys, every stage, whatever I'm having, it is having its own internal switching delay, transition delay, or propagation delay. These are all the same terminologies as of now, okay? That terminology will have the differences later on for the higher-end design. So every stage is having its own transition delays or switching delays, and that is because of the intrinsic capacitance too. Every layer is having its own intrinsic capacitance. So they are connected in series combination. So they will together act as a significant thing over here. And because of that, guys, we are getting F equal to 1 by T. That significant T will come across over there. Okay. And because of the same one, guys, we'll get that much frequency. It is in the range of 8.03 gigahertz. The answer of first question is fine. Why we are getting that frequency? Because of the intrinsic switching delay or propagation delay or transition delays. Is it fine? That answer is good. Now, guys, what we can do so that whatever the output will come across that ranges with this, we need to reduce the frequency, right? It is right now, it is in the range of 8.3 gigahertz. I have to reduce the frequency. What can I do? What modification should I do so that the frequency will be reduced? F equal to 1 by T, guys. What shall I do? What can I do?
Small capacitor we can add.
Will that happen? Will that help?
For not exactly, like we can't control exact value, but somewhat we can add delay, and that delay will reduce the frequency. Okay,
that's fine. That is one of the option. Yes, some sort of delays can be added. Delays can be modified. My question is again one more. It's a question. Shall I increase the layer capacitance? Guys, have you got my question? Right now, if I'm double clicking on this, what's wrong? Wait a second, something goes wrong. If I'm clicking on this, yes, rather than that, just give me a second. Here itself, I can solve this one. Okay, so guys, look at that. If I'm double clicking on that, so the intrinsic capacitance of this highlighted part, if I'm talking about this one, it is almost 2.9 femtofarad. Is it? It is femto, 10 to 10 to minus 15. Okay, so this is what of the highlighted part. So shall I increase the intrinsic capacitance of this wherever I have connected this one? Will that help? Look at that. Previously that was 2.9. Right now it is 3.9 femtofarad. Okay, if I'm going to simulate this one in terms of frequency versus time, So look at that. The intrinsic capacitance can also help me to reduce the frequency. Yes, by increasing the intrinsic capacitance, what we are doing, we are increasing the time delays over there, okay, as capacitance increases, and according to that, we are having a reduced frequency. But guys, just try to understand, I need to do it for this much value, less than 5 to 6, range between 5 to 6. So guys, will that help? That will add certain complications. And one more thing, Meenakshi ma'am, as far as the design structure concerned, the people always avoid to use the the actual and passive component in terms of layout,
Yes, true.
because implementing those will have certain issues in understanding the structures. Okay, as I'm talking about the fabrication. Okay, so that will add. Rather than that, can I add 2 more stages to increase the delay? Anybody?
Yes,
Right now,
that
I'm
can
No
having
idea,
increase,
sir.
yes.
Cannot think like that. No idea.
Okay,
that
okay.
can increase the capacitance indirectly.
That's fine.
In-
Capacitance increase, that is fine. That is one of the issue, that one of the solution. But rather than that, what I'm asking, do one thing, add 2 more stages. Have you got my point?
Yes.
Add 2 more stages. Where it is going? Just give me a second. Something goes wrong with my machine. So I'm adding 2 more stages over here, but it is not taking. Do one thing on your machine, try to make with the seven stages and try to simulate that one. Other than that, what I'm doing, I'm connecting 2 more stages to this one. Likewise this, and connection will be from this end. Forget about this connection. So guys, capacitance, that can be done, intrinsic capacitance, that can be done, but that will affect the behavior of your circuitry. So rather than that, we are having the option that we can increase by attaching 2 more stages in the same structure, okay, and just try to check whether it will work or not. Can you do it?
Sir, I have one
Anybody is
doubt.
doing
Sir,
this
I
one?
have one doubt.
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Can't this be done by changing some design parameters of a MOSFET?
Ma'am, yes, that can be done. But ma'am, we are using standard cell design over here. If you
Oh,
are,
yes, right, sir. We
if you are
don't have
going-
the we don't have the authority to change fabrication technology. Whatever
Yes,
is
but-
available, we are using. Right,
but
sir.
thing
Right,
is
sir.
that, ma'am, if you are going to use by a semi-custom approach, that it is in your hand. You can change
Yes,
the parameters
yes.
and you can modify that.
I agree, sir. I agree. I forget that.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, guys, do it. Help me over here, guys. What I'm doing, the previous design was not working fine, so that's why I'm implementing within a minute that we can conclude that one. How many? 3 and 3, 6. That is about 7 arrow keys you need to use for moving off your layout. And that is what the last one, I'm feeding it back. And only one output node that I have put down over here. So this is what variable, make it visible in simulation and assign. Yes, it is oscillating, not an issue with that. Frequency versus time. So look at that, guys. If I have increased the number of stages, so it means that we are increasing the time delays over there, transition delays of addition of transition delays, and because of that, the frequency is lowering down. I hope everybody is understanding this one. And I hope most of the people have tried it on their design, okay, on their machine, and they are going to use that one.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, look at that. For 7 stages, that is what 5.88. Okay, what about this? If I'm coming across this type of frequency range, So guys, at least I need 17 stages of inverters in a design. And what is the drawback behind that? If I having 17 stages implementing, so it will have the complexity, it will have the power consumption, it will have the current consumption and area too. So what all the optimization we need as per as VLSI subject concern, all will be over there. And that is the reason, guys. And one more thing, this is not that much. Do you understand this one? Because we don't have any controlling input over here. It oscillates naturally. So because of that, that is a drawback of your RO in a practical understanding. We switch down towards the next type of oscillator that is called as differential LC oscillator. And guys, trust me, you are having almost 400 sol example over here. In case of this C, then program 86, then microwind 3.8 is there. Yes, microwind. Okay, that doesn't exist. That is the error that is showing. Don't worry about that. In example, guys, there are almost 400 sol examples over here, and the theoretical approaches also. Okay, I'm having. I will show you that PDF also. So here, guys, if I'm going for this oscillator, so look at that. Here, the differential LC oscillator, that design differential LC oscillator is available. Schematic also, I will also share that one. And if you simulate this one, so look at that. Okay, and in frequency versus time curve, you know that na f equal to 1/2 pi under root LC. So by putting that L and C values, by selecting that L and C values, we can find out the frequency, and that values can be put forward so that we'll get the constant frequency over here. So that 1.2 picofarad capacitance that I have added, and 3 nanohenry, it's huge. Just try to understand 3 nanohenry of inductance that we have added, and because of that, depending on that, we'll have a frequency of almost 3.7 gigahertz. The values can be modified and the frequency can be adjusted. Okay, so that schematic I will share with you all so that you can design by your own and can share the results with me. That will be the addition. And one more thing, guys, to overcome that one. But again, there is one problem. Which is that problem? Just for the small frequency understanding, guys, we need to use two capacitance having the value of 1.2 picofarad and one inductance having the value of 3 nanohenry. So it will add certain inductive capacitive effects at the time of fabrication. So that is, again, there are drawbacks with the differential LC oscillator. And to overcome this one, guys, you need to go for what we can say oscillator called as voltage control oscillator, that is the VCO. This is what a VCO that we have designed. Okay, it is again a ring-like structures that we need to use over here. If you closely look over here, it is a ring-like structure, and this is what a V control that I'm having. V control will, depending on the voltage what we are assigning over here, depending on that, it starts oscillating and provide a frequency. This is what a clock that I have designed in such a manner that only for this range of frequencies, when the transistor will turn on, and for this band, we are having a standardized frequency over here of 2.4, 2.5 gigahertz. Are you getting this one, everybody? So all this is what a standard problem statement, designing of oscillator for Wi-Fi and ISM. For that, we studied RO, we come across the frequency ranges. According to that, we designed the ring oscillator. But there are certain drawbacks, so we go for the differential LC. Again, certain drawback, then we go for the VCO. Differential LC and VCO schematic I will share with you. Try to design and try to share the results with me. Now that is what the analog part, analog simulation part. Now guys, how to solve such type of problems, such type of problem statement in terms of your digital simulation. Guys, can you help me in that? Whatever I have explained over here, the same structure I have done in case of your DSCH. If I'm going to simulate this one, it is saying it is don't care. It is not 0, not 1. It is hanging structure, which can be proven by using this timing waveform. Agree with this? Now, how to solve this one? Guys, have you heard the concept enable? So in case of digital schematic structures of your ring oscillator, I have to add one enable signal Okay, and that enable signal will enable your ring oscillator to oscillate. Let's have a look what we need to do. We need to add one enable signal over here. Okay, now and again one more, that is what we called it as enable on the input side. Now what will happen? Let's have a look. When my enable is 1, guys, are you with me? When my enable is 1 and output is 1, so that output of this one will be 1 and we will get a fluctuation of 0 over here. The same structure will be add over here. Let's have a look. Look what I'm trying to do in terms of practical aspects that I'm going to simulate. Look at that. When my enable is 0, okay, 0, 1, output should be 0 and gets output. Yes,
Yes, sir.
that will be 1. And likewise the structures will, look at that. Now it is not toggling. It is not X. There is no X over here. It is 1 or 0 in terms of, okay. Now when I'm making enable as 1, so look at that, on and off. That is what 0 and 0, 1, 0, 1 combinations is going on. Again, if I'm making it as 1, so look at that, again 0, 0, 1, 0, 1 combination is going on. Is it fine? And it is called as the oscillations. Look at that. When my enable is 1, so only the oscillation between, toggling between 0 and 1 takes place. Toggling between 0 and 1 takes place. Are you agree with this? Everybody, please. Come on, guys, say yes. Everybody, please. Yeah, that is only the motivation out of all this talking and discussion. Is it fine, everybody? Now, guys,
Yes,
look
sir.
at that. Yeah, thank you. Look at that. If I'm going to convert that one, RO with enable, there is one more modification that you need to do. Let's look. I have saved this one. I'm going with make Verilog file. This is what Verilog file generated on the desktop itself, where we saved the earlier one. Going for this new design, okay, compile Verilog file and just try to explore that one. Compile back to editor. So why I am converting that one, guys? Because in such a cases, you need to modify your input variations. How? Look at that. If I'm going to simulate this one, remove frequency, reset that one. So your input enable, which is very significant signal over here, that is only your enable. Isn't it, guys? The whole operation is dependent upon what? Signal enable. Yes. So enable, we need to modify in such a manner that we will get a timing waveform like this. Likewise this. It means that it is very significant. Significantly, it can show that for 1, this is what 0, for 1, this is what transition. Is it? So what can I do? I can modify my enable signal. Guys, look at that. I can modify that one. I can make it as slow, or simply I can put down my values. The lowest value for TR and TF is 0.010. I can make it as, I can customize any options. The lowest is 0.010. Are you getting that one? Time low, I am keeping it as 0.5. Time high, I am keeping it as 0.5. Rise time and fall time, I am keeping it the same one. I hope you understand this. Assign and then simulate. So look at that. Again, that timing, again, we can modify. It is quite faster one. So again, I will make it as 1. I hope everybody is getting that. I'm simply putting down my values as far as my understanding concerned. You can put any value over here, 5, 10, any stuff can be done. Only thing is that the enable should be visible. Now it can tell you the better story. I hope everybody understand. I have delayed that enable signal so that when it is 1, at that time only it starts oscillating. When it is 0, output is 1. When it is 1, it starts oscillating. And again, guys, the frequency range can be again adjusted. What is the frequency range? It switches from 0.9 to 551. Again, if you want to increase that one, try to increase the steps and try to make the conversion. Try to increase those number of stages and try to make the conversion. Are you getting this one, everybody? I hope you find out a solution over here. Please, guys. So this is what the conversion that you can do. You can understand as far as the layout and what are the important things that we need such type of understanding such type of structures. That is very important. Is it fine? Everybody, please. Now, one more thing is that, guys, listen, this is what a structure that I have designed, and I need the same one for 100 times. I hope you are understanding the design complexity. This is what a structure that I am having one, and I need to implement the same one in the same design for 100 times. So copying it for the 100 times, that will add certain errors. Isn't it, guys? Copying the same thing for 100 times. Yes, that is quite tedious job. There are many more discrete components. Rather than that, what I can do, I can convert the whole structure into its symbolic format, symbolic representation that we can call. And that symbol can be inserted for multiple times for later on designs. Are you getting this one? Please. What it indicates, first of all, you need to save it as, already that's saved as, that's fine. Again, go to file. Here I'm having the option of schematic to new symbol. Are you getting this one? First of all, this thing should be saved, design should be saved. After that one, the file, schematic to new symbol, look at that, that symbolic representation will be there. A symbolic form will be there, isn't it? It can be customized too. For example, the enable should be on topmost side. So simply, guys, you can put down T over here, refresh that one. So look at that. So top, bottom, right, left. Likewise, the options that you can use over here. Are you getting that one, everybody? And you can modify that one, add a symbol, say OK to this one. So that symbol is also saved at the same destination where you saved the earlier schematic file. Look at that. Where is that? Have you seen that one? P file, SCH file. Listen. Okay, that's saved at the same destination. And thing is that, guys, how can you insert that? You can't open that one because it is a schematic symbol. Okay, so here I am having this one, insert. The last one is associated with this. So guys, this is what a symbol. You can double click and you can find out. There are 5 NOT gates and there is one AND gate inside the structure. What I did, just simply double click. There are 5 NOT gate and one AND gate. You can easily read what we are having inside the structure. I hope everybody is getting that one. Yes, Smita ma'am. Any issue understanding,
sir,
guys?
one point where you schematic, sir.
Here itself.
Design of schematic. I missed there somewhere.
Okay.
For 1 minute.
That's the
Design of
symbol
schematic.
we are talking.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, symbol.
Yep.
Sir.
Everybody have a look over here. The thing is that if I need the same structure for 100 times, for example,
Yes, sir.
so implementing all the stuffs or 100 times, that is quite complicated. So rather than that
Yes.
discrete component, we can convert the whole structure into its symbolic format. How can we do that? First of all, whatever you have designed, you need to save it as. Okay, you already saved that one. After that one, in file, I'm having the option of schematic to new symbol.
Schematic.
Click on that, schematic to new symbol. Here again, we are having that option on the editing toolbox, or in file, I'm having the option of schematic to new symbol. And this is what a symbolic representation, which can be again customized. Likewise, the enable or out, for example, out should be on the bottom side. So double click on that R, make it as B over here, refresh that one. So out will be on the bottom side. So any aspects can be done, can be modified as far as your understanding concerned. Is it fine? You need
Yes,
to
sir.
say
Thank you.
okay to this one. But mom, important is how to insert that one. It can't be directly open from this file. I'm having the option of insert. You can use that user symbol, or last one will be saved over here. Thing is that you don't have any input over here. Okay, it means that we don't have any likewise this input and output node. So simply you need to assign the input node. You need to assign the output node over here. Is it? Try to simulate that. So look at that. When I'm making it as 1, Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Likewise, the same one. Okay, it start oscillating. You can take the timing diagrams. So it is looking like that, out to and into, combination of this. So this is what the conversion, again, guys, you can find out and you can make use of that as per as your understanding concern. I hope you understand all the steps over here. Yes. I hope everybody is getting this one. Everybody is understanding how the problem statement can be realized if I'm going to implement the aspects, likewise this one. Now think again, guys, in terms of yes or no, do you get this?
Yes, sir.
At least one or two. Anybody from the class design that one, he or she can share, and we can go for certain hands-on again. Okay, so this is what, guys, very important aspects whenever I'm talking about the structural design, the symbolic representation. And one more thing that we forgot to, likewise, I can open your only. This can be done. Guys, if someone asks you, whatever we have assigned, there was one problem from ma'am itself. If I'm going to attach a capacitance, guys, let's have a look. If I'm going to attach a capacitance of 1 picofarad, are you getting my point? What I'm trying to do, a virtual capacitance I have added over here, but value is 1 picofarad. It means that bucket size is huge. Okay. Okay, say, and if I'm talking about voltage versus voltage curve, so look at that, what is happening. Because of the value of capacitance, we are not getting zeros and ones switching over here. It is just a straight line. Now, guys, you need to think on such type of problem statement, likewise this. Guys, it is very important, and if you are interested, I'm ready to help you in publishing a paper, and the paper title will be inverter sizing. Okay, I really very happy to work on that one. Inverter using 120 nanometer technology. Okay, attach a load C equals to 0.5 picofarad. Guys, let's have a look. Attach a loading C of value 0.5 picofarad. Okay, and find out TR and TF. Match TR and TF. Okay, and again, if you want to make it a bit complicated, TR and TF should be in the range of 30 picosecond. Guys, don't confuse, don't bother. Okay, if you understand inverter, so every aspect of your VLSI or CMOS design will be covered. Okay, so that's why don't bother what I'm going to add. Don't bother, don't confuse about that one. The first thing is that till this point, can you design? Please, guys, I won't tell you that try to design and all that stuff. I don't want to kill the time. I'm telling by my own. Can you design till this? Is there any issue with understanding?
Yes, sir.
Obviously
We
no.
can design.
CMOS inverter, easily you can design. Okay, easily you can put down the value capacitance of 0.5 picofarad. Just now I did, guys. I simply put
Yes,
down
sir.
a capacitance over here, and just the value should be, its value should be 0.5 picofarad. It is in the range of 0.5 picofarad. Not an issue with that. Now what it is telling you that find out TR and TF. Now, guys, if I'm going to simulate that one, because of the value of capacitance, it's very huge. Just try to understand, with that small current, we are not coming across the charging and discharging over here. And if we are not coming across charging and discharging over here, how can we find out TR and TF? Have you got my feelings?
Yes, sir.
Because value of capacitance is huge. Okay, and if I'm not finding out the TR and TF, how can I match TR and TF? That point number 2. And if I'm not matching TR and TF, how can I find out the output TR and TF range in 30 picosecond? That is a very complicated one. Guys, look at that. Reading this one, it seems very simple, but implementing the same one, it is quite not that much, but quite complicated one. So first thing, we need to find out TR and TF. Then we'll go for matching of TR and TF, and that is the last one issue that we're going to use. What can we do? Any idea, guys? Why that is happening? Anybody? It's an open forum.
Sir, but in that case, now with connection of virtual capacitor of 0.5 picofarad, rise time how to find, because it's taking complete on time of a cycle to go from 0 to 1. So rise time, how can we find? Because it's not reaching to logic 1 state.
That is what I'm telling you.
Because of externally connected capacitor.
Yes. But ma'am, that is the need of problem statement. That is the need of industry. For example, this problem,
Okay.
Try to understand if someone from the industry given you this problem statement, that whatever you have designed, try to attach a load of 0.5 picofarad. That is what it must be there. Throughout it must be there. So it doesn't mean you can change the load, that should be there. Now, ma'am, can we do, everybody, let's have a look. Can we increase the current? What is happening right now? The size of bucket was when we don't have any capacitance over here, for example, and if I'm going to simulate this one, so what it indicates, we don't have any bucket size was normal, and whatever we are switching, it is emptying the same one. So that's why we are coming across TR and TF over here. Now, by adding a load capacitance of this much value, 0.5 picofarads, it's huge. It means that we are simply increasing the size of bucket in an enormous manner. It means that depending on the clicking, it is not filling up or it is not emptying up. That's why the straight line coming across over here.
So
now,
as it is a custom design, can we go for varying W value?
Yes, ma'am, that can be done, but just try to understand. This is what a simple structure that I'm having. And one more question, everybody, have a look. Ma'am, please have a look over here. You might have seen that silicon wafer. It is circle in shape and
yes, sir. Yes.
Silicon wafer cousin. Yes, make in India ad and all that stuff. I will show you tomorrow video. And on that silicon wafer, guys, there are the actual fabricated structure that is called as the die. I hope you might have read it before. Yes. DIE. Okay, that is a die, which is the actual fabricated area available for the fabrication. And die is always square in shape. Do you understand? Die is always square in shape. Now, guys, if I'm having the option like that, if I have made the design like in a rectangular shape or in a circular shape or in a square shape, so which shape of design can I consider so that the wastage of area will be less? Obviously, this square shape. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
This is what a square I'm having, and if I'm putting down the circle inside this one, so guys, look at that. This is what the wastage of area, na? This is what the wastage of area on the die I'm talking about. So whatever you are going to design by using VLSI concept, so guys, that should be always a square in shape. That shouldn't be a rectangular shape. So thing is that to manipulate the TR and TF, I need to increase the current of a device. How can I increase the current? Go for this MOS generator and making it as like this. Guys, are you getting this one? I'm making it as 15,000 nanometer, okay, 50 micrometers that I have added. Look at the current of PMOS. It is in the range of 7. Generate a device, keep it over here. Look at the pyramidal shape. Yes, current for this PMOS was 7. If I'm clicking on the NMOS, obviously that will be more. So if I can modify again here itself, guys, please try to do here itself. I can modify this one. 12 micrometer, that's fine. Generate a device, keep it like this. Zoom in, zoom out option can be used. Okay, now make the connections. The same inverters that you need to design. How to make the connections? Guys, please. Gate should be connected to gate. Guys, it should be an inverter, na? Please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it should be an inverter.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm treating this one as a source, and one more VDD to this end. Then one drain and source combination can be done. Shall I connect these two together? Yes, that will be a visible node. Virtual capacitance also be attached. I'm doing with the same value, 0.5 picofarad. Done. And a clock I'm assigning over here. That is what? Into. Remaining. Where should I connect VSS, guys? Please. Here. The remaining of this NMOS.
Yes.
Yes. Very good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So whatever I did over here, that was current was very less. Here the current is in the range of 7.5 milliampere. Let's check what is going to happen. Look at that. Into versus S1. Okay, I need to modify the visible node over here, because the same one is there, na? So that's why. Into. I'm making it as S2, okay? So that is adding certain confusion, and a capacitance having the value of the same one, 0.5. Simulate the same. So look at that, guys, what is happening. Try to concentrate on into versus S2. Into versus S2. This is what our first case, clock 1 versus S1. Okay, that was our first case, and into versus S2. Look at that. By increasing the current of a device, we are having certain charging and discharging curve over here. Are you getting that point?
Yes,
but current is not that much that we are getting it in a full switching like input option. So what again we can do here, guys, what we did, we are simply generating only one tab, only one null in that bucket. Okay, can we do it like this? And also, can we implement multiple tabs? Can we implement the multiple gates over here? So look at that, 4 micrometer and 5 number of fingers. Current is in the range of this 9. The current for this one was 7. And if I'm generating it like this, so look at the shape, look at the structural design. As compared to this one, the current of this PMOS was 7. The current of this PMOS with number of fingers, multiple gates implementation, that was in the range of 10. So guys, that we need to implement, and that we need to solve, and the paper concept paper. So if you are interested in that, so we can definitely do on the same one. So this is what a problem statement that we need to solve, guys. As Meeting is going to be expired over here. Okay. So tomorrow by around 10:30, sharp by 10:30, I'm going to meet you all. Okay. And we are going to solve this inverter sizing example within next 5 minutes, within tomorrow's 5 minutes. I hope everybody, please, are you there? Your feedback is very important, guys. And whatever.
Sir, do you have 2 minutes? I have one doubt, sir.
Definitely, ma'am. I'm having it. Please.
Do we have 2 minutes?
Yeah, we are having that one,
Sir, what is the difference? Sir, what is the difference between the first initially designed and later designed with 5 fingers? I mean, separately designed gate. Anyways, MOS, what change has happened actually by taking 5 different gates?
Yeah.
Mom,
listen. The thing is that, listen. Thing is that, mom, here, whatever I have designed, listen, one more time that, okay, we'll go for the new. Mom, listen.
Yes, sir. Logic, I didn't understand what it makes the difference. How it makes the difference, I didn't understood that. Steps I understood, sir.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm just telling you. We will not go for that much understanding. Okay, we will do it like this. We will do it for the simple one. Okay, when my width is 600 and length is 120, number of finger is 1. If I'm going to generate a PMOS transistor, look at that. It is like that. And if I'm making it as number of fingers 2, okay, ma'am, look at that. Look at the current value. It is a single PMOS. If I'm adding it as 2, it is a combination of 2 PMOS. It means that we are having 2 PMOS combined in a same structure, so that the current will be more.
Okay. Okay,
Are
sir.
you getting this one? Generator device like this. Look at that. So here it is just a combination. If you cover it from the right hand side, that is one PMOS. If you currently cover it from the left hand side, that is the another PMOS. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes, sir.
thing is that, ma'am, if I am going to design the structure by using, if someone asks you how to increase the current of a device, if you are not having the number of finger concept, for example, I don't have that one. And if one asks you to how to increase the current for PMOS, for example, I need 10 milliampere of current. If you are not have number of finger concept, how can you increase current?
By
We are having
increasing
only
W.
one option by increasing the width. If I'm making it as 18,000, that is 80 micrometer. So look at that now. Still the current is 8.639 milliampere. And if I'm
Yes.
implementing the structure is huge like this.
Yes,
Now
yes, yes. That's
here I'm having both the options. What you can do, you can make it as 5 micrometer. And again,
yes.
if I'm making it as 5 as a number of fingers, look at the current, ma'am. It is a
Yes, sir, yes,
multiplication
yes.
value
Scaling.
that come across directly. So designing in a pyramidal structure, that is not feasible in terms of die structures, die designs. Okay. So that's why, ma'am, just try to compare the current. The current of this was 7 and the current of this is 11. And
Yes,
look
sir.
at the size.
Yes.
So these are the number of gates. That is actually a multiplication with respect to the current, and which is very feasible, ma'am, for the higher current where the active and passive components comes in a picture. So such type of designs can be implemented, can be used. Is it fine, ma'am? I hope, ma'am, you are
Yes, sir.
getting
Yes, sir.
what
Clear.
I'm trying to. Yep. Any other issue, guys? Any other question? I'm going to solve that one by tomorrow morning. Any other issue, question? I will be very pleased, very happy if you ask anything or if you shared actual feedback. Is there anyone? Guys, actually, that is the only motivation factor that comes out of your talking. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. So guys, see you by tomorrow morning 10:30. Okay. I hope everybody
Yes.
will be there. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir,
much,
yes.
guys. And if you're having again license problem, you can call me, WhatsApp me, mail me any point of time. I will be very happy to help you again. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Smita ma'am.
Okay, okay, Srikant,
Yes, sir.
I'm Professor Pandey here.
Yep, sir.
Actually, today's session was very fruitful, and it happens due to the communication between participants and you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
Yes, sir.
all the participants are requested to join tomorrow's session sharp at 10:30 p.m. And
Yes,
again, we will meet again with Mr. Srikant Karni.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I am declaring that the today's session is over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, thank you so much
you.
for your valuable time and support.
Thank you, all of you.
Stay home, stay safe, use mask, wash your hand frequently. Thank you so much, guys. I'm leaving
Yes,
the
sir.
meeting.
Same for you. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, mom. Thank you, mom.